Have you ever built a cool little Python program, maybe one that asks for your name or keeps a list of things, but then the second you close it, poof, it's like it has amnesia. All that information is just gone. Well, today we're going to fix that. We are going to give our programs a long-term memory by diving into the world of file handling. Here's how we're going to do it. First, we'll talk about why files are so incredibly important. Then we'll get our hands dirty with reading from files and, of course, writing and adding to them. After that, I'll show you the professional, super safe way to handle files using something called the with statement. And to cap it all off, we'll level up and learn how to save the really complex stuff like lists and dictionaries. Let's get into it. All right, so first up, let's really nail down that core problem I just mentioned. Why do we even need to bother with files? Well, it's all about curing that program amnesia. I mean, seriously, think about it for a second. Your program is running. You've got variables. You've got lists full of user input, maybe a dictionary keeping track of high scores. What happens to all of that precious information the exact moment your script finishes running? That's right, it's totally gone. It just vanishes into thin air. See, all that data in your variables lives in your computer's temporary memory, its RAM. And when the program ends, the computer cleans it all out. Files are the solution. They are the long-term memory, the hard drive for your program's brain, letting it save its state and remember things the next time you run it. So how do we tap into this long-term memory? Well, let's start by learning how to access data that's already there. It's time to open the door and learn how to read from files. The absolute key to this whole process is a built-in Python function called open. It's pretty simple. It just needs the file name you want to work with and a mode that tells Python what you plan to do. Right now, we're just reading, so we'll use R, which is actually the default anyway. This function hands us back a special file object, which is basically our remote control for that file. Okay, so once we have that file object, we'll just call it F, we've got a few ways to pull data out. You could use f.read to just slurp up the entire file in one big gulp, but, be careful with giant files. You could also use f.readline to grab one line at a time. But honestly, the best, most elegant, most Pythonic way is to just loop directly over the file object. It's super efficient with memory, it's fast, and your code looks beautiful. And this right here is exactly what I mean. For line in F, it just works. It's that simple. But hey, notice that little end equals empty part in the print statement? That's a super important pro tip. The lines you read from a file already have a new line character at the end. So if you just print it normally, you'll get double spacing. Using end equals empty part tells print not to add its own new line, keeping your output nice and clean. It's a classic gotcha. Awesome, we can read data now, but what about creating our own? Let's switch gears and look at writing and appending, which is how we actually save our program's data for the future. Okay, listen up, because this is probably one of the most critical distinctions you need to know. You have two main modes here, W for write and A for append. Think of W as wipe and write. If the file already exists, W will completely erase everything in it before it starts. It's destructive. On the other hand, A for append is much friendlier. It just goes to the very end of the file and tacks on your new data, leaving everything else untouched. Both modes, by the way, will create the file for you if it doesn't already exist. And here's another really cool trick. You know the print function we use all the time to see things on the screen? Well, it has a kind of hidden superpower. You can give it a file parameter, and if you pass it a file object that you've opened, it'll send its output straight to that file instead of your console. It's so handy. All right, so we know how to open, read, and write files. But now, let's talk about the right way to do it. The modern, professional way that prevents nasty bugs and makes your code way more reliable. Let's talk about the with statement. See, back in the day, you had to manage everything manually. You'd open a file, do your work with it, and then, and this is the part people always forgot, you had to explicitly remember to call f.close. If you forgot, or if your program crashed before you got to that line, you could end up with corrupted data or other weird problems. And this is exactly why the with statement is such a game changer. It's basically a safety net. It gives you an ironclad guarantee that Python will properly close your file for you when you're done. It doesn't matter what happens, even if your code hits an error and blows up, Python handles the cleanup. It's just safer. And look how much cleaner the code is. You just say with open, etc. as F, and then you indent all the code that needs to use that file. As soon as your code leaves that indented block, Python steps in and automatically closes the file for you. every single time. You never have to think about f.close again. This is the way. Okay, so far we've just been playing with simple strings of text. But our programs aren't simple, right? They run on lists and dictionaries, the interesting stuff. So how do we save that kind of data? And here's the roadblock you'll hit immediately. If you try to just write a list to a file, Python turns it into a string. And when you read it back, all you get is a string. It looks like a list, but it's not. It's just text. You've lost all the structure. You'd have to write some crazy complicated code to turn it back into a real list. There has to be a better way, right? Of course there is. The solution is a fantastic module that comes with Python called JSON. It's built for this exact problem. It lets us do something called serializing, which is just a fancy word for converting a complex Python object into a standardized string format. We use JSON dump dot to neatly package up our object and save it to a file. Then we use JSON load dot to open that package back up, perfectly restoring our list or dictionary. And this is where it all comes together. When you combine safe file handling with the JSON module, your program can suddenly remember anything. A list of to-do items, a dictionary of a user's settings, the entire state of a game. It can all be saved and reloaded perfectly. This right here is the true foundation of data persistence. So now you have the tools. You have the power to give any program you write a memory. You can make it smarter, more useful, and way more powerful. So the only question left is, what's the first thing you're going to teach your program to remember?